We are back and we are black. What is up? What is going on, people? Y'all know what it is, man. Another bullshit ass day. Did y'all go to church to get the Holy Ghost? Or what y'all do today? Did y'all go to church and get touched by the Spirit? Did Jesus come back? Was he knocking at your door? Shit, I know it was a bunch of y'all up there today. Probably speaking in tongue and some more shit. Y'all know what y'all do. But anyway, man, this is Knowledge Free Podcast. Warren G, the place to be. What is going on today? Night, whenever the fuck y'all listen to this. If not, you want to check me on YouTube. You can also go on SoundCloud. I just forgot what the fuck it is. I don't have to copy that link and put it on the YouTube shit, but I am on SoundCloud. I just forgot what it is. I think it's Warren G. I am one of them. Who give a fuck? Anyway, if you are listening to this, good. Then I can fuck up your day like my day was fucked up. Oh, man. What do y'all believe in? What do you believe in? Are your thoughts, or did somebody place them in your mind? I see a lot of motherfuckers that just don't mind walking in place or jogging in place, bouncing to the beat of somebody else's drum. I watch that lately. I watch the news, and when I see the news, man, when they get to a topic, they just stick to that topic so it can rest haven on your membrane, which is crazy to me because now that marijuana is legal, especially in Las Vegas, every other commercial since the political warfare shit is over with, every commercial has been about weed. Now, here's the thing that I think. How do we even know that shit is kosher for us? If the food that they're giving us is not even kosher for us, you can watch What the Health, or you can get the book How to Eat to Live by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Great book. Very good book. But if the food that they're giving us isn't even good food, it's food-like substances, GMO, then why the fuck would I trust what weed they're giving us? And if it is real weed that's really beneficial for us, or some shit that the government done cooked up. You know what I mean? I was watching this thing on Amazon called Homecoming with Julia Roberts. Great movie. He talks about this program that they had for the soldiers. And basically what they were doing was they was putting the medication in the soldiers' food so the soldiers would forget all the bad memories that they had when they were in the war. And then they would feel good about going back to the war. Now, hey, everything ain't meant for you to believe, but goddamn, sometimes you just gotta have your own belief system and don't just believe in whatever somebody's telling you, and make sure it's your thoughts and not somebody's own. I can't stand no follow the leader ass motherfucker. We all leaders in our own right. You know what I mean? That's why when you go to church, too many people depend on their pastor too goddamn much and don't know how to get on their knees and pray and read the Bible for themselves. Most people, they just, in my opinion, they waiting for somebody to give them the answer. I can't stand a motherfucker when you be like, yeah, man, you should try this, this, and this. Hey, man, well, just send it to me. No, nigga, go research it for yourself. That's what motherfuckers need to do. We don't want to research shit no more. We just waiting for somebody to implant the ideologies of what they think on us. Like, what you think? And if they be like, yeah, man, I think the sky is really orange type shit. Man, you right, it is orange. You know what I'm saying? Question everything. I question it. Go to the grocery store. That shit that they serving you is food-like stuff. Is food-like substances. That shit is not for human consumption. Even though they got us thinking that it's for human consumption. Look at the water. Look at the water that, man, come on, man. Look at Flint. Their water's still fucked up. Now, that's the system of white supremacy at its best and at its finest. When they could tamper with the water and put all kinds of bullshit in it. If you live in Las Vegas, go to your sink, turn on the faucet and pour it on. Look at all the shit that's in the water. And this is the water that you're supposedly being able to drink. That water's not meant for you to drink. And half the food, I would say 90% of the food that's put on the shelves is not even meant for you to eat. That's why so many fast food places popping up every goddamn where. And then these are the same people that'll be like, they'll sell you some Carl's Jr. And then after they say the Carl's Jr., the next commercial be like, Elixir helps with diarrhea, the shits, the dribbles, and the bubble guts. May cause ear bleeding, eye bleeding, nose bleeding, and hair bleeding. That part. But then the other commercial is Carl's Jr. or Jack in the Box. So it's like, this stuff is not meant to help you, it's meant to hurt you. What do people think about the New World Order and Agenda 21 and all these things that they, you know what I mean? It just adds up to me. That's why you got to think outside the box. You are a commoner. You may think you not. You know what I'm saying? You may be like, man, this motherfucker don't know. I don't claim to know shit. But I can tell you this. Don't go along to get along. There are more conformists in this world than we think. There are more conformists in the United States of America than we think. The majority of people are conformists. They just go along to get along. They don't want to ruffle no feathers. They just want to get their check and just going about their way. They don't want to question shit. Why question anything? Why would you question something when it's so good? Everything is so good. You know what I mean? So that's what I want to talk about today. Who are the deaf, dumb, and blind people? Who are they? Where are they? Where do they belong? Are they sheep? Cattle? What do we call them? I call them the sheep. I call them commoner. Fickle crowd. Dumb people. The masses of dumb people. Everybody think the same. You know what I'm saying? Every time they put something on TV, they keep putting it in front of you like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, if this is dirty water, if I give them this dirty water, they'll drink it. That's real. Look at the gas prices, how they've been fucking with it the last 18 years. Or we'll just say 15 years. Since, what, 02, 03? Oh, the gas prices, the oil traders going up the gas prices. Man, that gas was $5 a gallon and motherfuckers was still paying for that shit. Niggas was riding around on E a lot, but niggas was paying for it. Because we as a people, the power's been sucked out of us. Now they have the power, the government. The people in charge, the elite. People don't know the government reports to the elite. The Federal Reserve runs a lot of this shit. And I would say within that system of the Federal Reserve, you have the system of white supremacy, which is AKA the dominant society. That's why I say a lot of weak, deaf, dumb, blind people out there. I'm not saying I'm the smartest, I'm the most intelligent, but damn, I know how to question shit. And one thing that I question is, why is it that in your neighborhoods, your local neighborhoods, they give you a Smith's or a Food for Less, you know what I'm saying? Or a Kroger or something like that. Then if you go to the nicer areas, they have Trader Joe's, they have Whole Foods. And motherfucking Whole Foods ain't all that. They got busted selling a whole bunch of byproduct ass bullshit too. That, oh, by the way, your boy Obama signed into office one of his little propositions or one of his policies to be aligned with the Monsanto's group and Whole Foods. People don't know that. Because symbology is what matters to us. We don't like to think for ourselves. And that shit irritates me. Because the more you know you don't know. So if you were to start thinking and questioning things, that would make you want to do the research. But motherfuckers, they'll question it and they'll going about their way. And what they doing? They getting right back on the gram and they doing what the fuck they need to do. Or they getting on Twitter, or they making it pop, or they making it rain, or they making it lit or turnt. These motherfuckers don't give a fuck. There's a lot of young motherfuckers out here dying for simplistic shit. And there's a lot of motherfuckers out here dying from illnesses that are due to the food and the water and the soda. I remember back in the day, a bottle of Coca-Cola, you pour that bottle in the glass and put a pin in it and watch the Coke erode the copper penny. But niggas still drink that shit. You can make steak, or you can not even cook steak and just leave it out there and it will stay like that for days because of all the preservatives that are in it. So what does that tell you? These motherfuckers don't give a fuck about us. You gotta think for yourself. I look at it even within the system of white supremacy. I look at it even within your relationships or whoever you dating or what it is. You motherfuckers just, if somebody tell you, yeah, man, that's gonna be a good girl for you, then you gonna go with it. You're not gonna seek and look for yourself. You know what I mean? That's why I don't believe that whole let's get together, you know, and let's get together and be together because somebody put us together. No, you have to, in my opinion, do the research on your own. So if you want to be with a woman, wouldn't you want to research and see what she into and what she don't like, especially when it comes down to the fucking goddamn. You don't know who you about to be with. Shit, you could be with the motherfucking devil himself. That bitch can turn into motherfucking the poltergeist right in that goddamn bedroom. Because you listen to your pastor or your parents or whoever it is telling y'all need to be married and all this other shit. That those thoughts, somebody gave them to you. These are not your thoughts. It's like voting. Most motherfuckers was voting because it's a generational thing. And the thing that tripped me out the most even about that voting shit too was I think the dude that Stacey Abrams was running against, that nigga was the state treasurer. So he's a nigga that count the votes and shit. So you don't think that shit is gonna be skewed towards him, but motherfuckers still out there voting? Instead of voting, motherfuckers should have been like, wait, hold on. He shouldn't even be running. Or he should recuse himself as the state treasurer or wherever the fuck his office was, his title was, because how's that even fair? But then again, life ain't fair. And in a capitalistic society, it's meant for the thinkers to run the dumb, deaf, and blind people. That's why, you know, look at the food. Look at all the byproduct shit that they put in it. The cornmeal, the chicken sloth and pig guts and all this other shit that just tastes good. And the milk and all this other shit. You know, the shit that for black people is toxic. As one dude, Brother Jehudi Amat, or I forgot his name, he said all the, which is true, all the dairy products is all snot. It's mucus from the cow. I didn't know that shit. I did, but I didn't. But don't it taste good? But it's killing you slowly. You know what I mean? Just like you got to be careful and cautious of the fish you eat. All the goddamn mercury in it. You know what I mean? You damn near got to just drink water and eat crackers. Literally, to survive. Because it's a motherfucker. And if they doing that shit to the food, God knows what the fuck they doing to the cell phones, to the paint. I remember in the projects, it was a project called lead paint. And they would put the lead paint, you know, because it was cheap on the projects. And that lead paint was basically poison. And it was causing a lot of the children that grew up in the projects to have mental illnesses and disorders. And this is what the government, your elite people, would do. Because the government, all they do is work for the elite. The Federal Reserve runs the IRS, runs the government, runs the Pentagon, runs all that shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You know, what is it about us that's like, damn, we gotta wake up, man? I don't get it. It even goes on in your inner circle sometimes. You gotta watch people and be like, damn, well, you know, damn, you don't think for yourself? Because I know I do. Question everything. Why shouldn't you? I question every motherfucking thing. You better. Because that's the only way you gonna make it through this life. If you don't question everything, you're fucked. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. And if somebody gave you your thoughts, you're fucked. It is very difficult for a nigga like me, especially when I get up and have to go to that clown ass slavery job. It's very difficult for me to be around those people there because they are so programmed and so trained like this is the good life. Well, as a black man dealing with the system of white supremacy, dealing with the dominant society, no, this is not heaven for me. This is hell on earth. To listen to a bunch of motherfuckers that think beyond less of you and look at you like just a straight runaway slave. And if you have any type of or a mentality in, you know, in your soul that will question their authority. Oh, it's problems. So no, it is very difficult for me to be at work. That's why I just don't say shit to nobody, because in my opinion, I feel like the majority of them are dumb, deaf, and blind. And anybody that could go work a job for 20-something years and be proud of that shit, good for you. But I'm not at all. I would much rather be working for myself and be an entrepreneur than not working for slave drivers that's going to suck all the energy out of your body and out of your mind, so your creative spirit is gone by the time you get off that motherfucker, because that's what be happening half the time anyway. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. They can act like that's not what's happening, but that's what be happening. That's why so many niggas that get on these jobs, and when they trying to chase their dreams, they be tripping, they just quit, or they end up getting fired because they be so frustrated at the dynamic of how the job is, and the hours and the amount of time you have to put into it. It's so when you get next to somebody that's kind of like, oh man, I'm happy to be here and all this other stuff. You know what? Being thankful and being happy is two different things to me. You can always be thankful that you have means, you know, to put, you know, you have a job that creates means for you to pay your bills. That's different. But for you to be walking around cheesing and being all happy and smiling because you got a job, man, get the fuck out of here. Because the majority of you motherfuckers that got to work on these so-called holidays that this republic or America made up. Look, they don't even want to tell motherfuckers where they got the 365-day-a-year calendar from. Oh, that came from the Moors. My bad. Forgot about that. You got to question everything. Everything. Every single thing. I watch daily with Darcy Spears on Contact 13 with Dirty Dining. You know how many restaurants be on Dirty Dining? And motherfuckers still be in there eating. I mean, roach infestations, rats, all kinds of shit. Look at Albertsons. This is the grocery store who's selling us the groceries, and they had a rat infestation. A rat infestation. But they supposed to be selling us our groceries that we supposed to take home and put into our stomachs and in our body. Because everybody's hustling everybody. You should only need health insurance just in case you need it. But now you need it as a dietary supplement. Because all they're going to do is put you on a whole bunch of pills. They're going to give you a pill to make you have to take another pill, to give you another pill to take another pill. Then before you know it, you got a pantry full of goddamn pills. I was watching this other thing on the news where these young ladies, very, very good thing. These young ladies have this, they're all parents, and they have this smoke night where they smoke weed and they talk about their day. And then one of the ladies said it, which made a lot of sense. One of the ladies was like, I barely don't care if people talk about us, because it's the type of moms that I've been around, they just want to drink wine and pop Xanax all day. Now, what's better for you? Smoking some weed that comes from the earth, or popping Xanax? But we don't question that because the Xanax makes us feel just as good. See? And then the program that they've been running is that weed is bad. And not only that weed is bad, that you're a thug, you're a criminal. Now that they've made it legal, every time you turn the news, it's something good about weed. And there's a whole bunch of white people that's, you know, doing the majority of their talking about the weed. And there's a whole bunch of Caucasians that have the weed shops. But you know how many niggas got locked up for weed? This is the program. That's why you got to question everything. Why is it legal now? Why is it legal now? I wonder which commissioner or councilman, family member owns a weed shop, or what they call a dispensary. Now they're coming up with this thing where the federal government's going to step in and make it where they can take cash and all this other shit. You know what? You got to question everything. Why is it like that? Why is it so many people are having heart attacks, strokes, and then black people, hypertension, all that? I remember I had hypertension. I had high blood pressure. My blood pressure was through the roof. And all I needed to do was exercise more, drink more water, alkaline water, and eat healthy. And once I started doing that, I went back to the doctor. My blood pressure dropped by like 60, 70 points. The doctor was asking me how I did it because he had already wrote me a script and got me on some medication. The same medication now that's been on the news for causing cancer. That's why I didn't take that shit. That's why I like taking medication. That's what I'm saying. Are we dumb? Deaf? Blind? Are we just ignorant? Or are we just plain deaf, dumb, and blind? Because it feels good to us. Like Cypher in the Matrix. He knew the Matrix wasn't real, but he chose the Matrix every time because he could, you know, he could be who he wanted in the Matrix. That's why I don't get it. I guess I'll never get it because it's hard to wake people up. Now, I don't try to wake motherfuckers up. Man, figure it out for yourself. Get your books, read them. If you don't want to read them, fuck them. That's how I look at it. You ain't got to read shit. Don't read no book to make me feel good. Hey, man, I just thought I would hit y'all up with, you know, some knowledge. It is free. I ain't on here selling no shit. And I ain't on here like no begging ass preacher asking you to donate to my foundation and no bullshit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know how these preachers do it at church. They want to pray and jump up and down and I want you to know tonight, and all this bullshit. And then it's offering time for the building fund. What trips me out is most people won't even question their own religion. Nope, they won't even question their own religion. They act like that religion is pure and it's gonna take them straight to the pearly gates, or so they thought. Nobody wants to question anything. They just go along to get along, conformists. And it's hard for me to be around people like that at all. I don't care if you are my family. If you just go along to get along, then you can just stay the fuck away from me. Because I don't believe in going along, get along. You have to question everything. Especially when it comes to your friends, your family. You know, everybody's in your life for a moment in time, a season, a day, a week, a month. And when they're gone, they're gone. They might come back. They might, you know, it's whatever you magnetize. But you have to magnetize positivity and magnetize people that's on your same perspective, thinking pattern, vibe, energy, wavelength. Don't have a whole bunch of people that are commoner and just go with the flow. I don't deal with people that go with the flow too much because those are the type of people that don't think outside the box. And then they're very, very stagnant. Those are the people that run in place. They be jogging in place on the hamster wheel. Nah, those are not people you want to be around. If you're the smartest person in the room, you need to change rooms. So I am longing and praying to be in a room with a whole bunch of intelligent people. And I'm not talking about at work. Because if we all at work working for slavery, we are not all intelligent unless some of these people have a plan to go work for themselves. But I highly doubt that. Shit, hell, it's sometimes hard for me to even have a civilized conversation with people I work with. Because they just be so deaf and dumb. And they just their whole well-being. I just be like, nigga, that's what you want to talk about? But that's just me. We gotta wake up one day and question everything. But probably by the time that happens, it'll be martial law. It'll be tanks running around here ready to kill a nigga with impunity type shit. Hey man, this is the Knowledge is Free podcast. Again, you can check me out on SoundCloud. Hey, appreciate everybody that be listening and subscribing. Yeah, you know how it is. Sunday nights be bad for me, man. Nigga know he gotta go on there to slavery in the morning time. That be fucked up. All bad. But hey, man, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. Fucker stay woke. Don't go to sleep. On some Freddy Krueger type shit. Hey, man, I got nothing but love for everybody. I'll be getting back with y'all on Tuesday. You can check me out. The ones that you ain't listened to, go back and listen to them. It might, blow your mind or something in a good way. But like I said, this is the Knowledge is Free podcast. I appreciate y'all listening, subscribing. Hey, man, this Warren G, the place to be. I'm out. Peace.